Hey, what's up guys? Vines has rooted itself in the arena as the best card in Clash Royale. It entangles the 3 highest hit point troops or buildings from the opponent for 2.5 seconds, and it deals damage. Capable of killing units like archers, minions, dark goblins. It's basically arrows and freeze mixed together. If your opponent's units are in the air like an electro dragon evolution or balloon, they get dropped to the ground, giving Vines a third ability like the Hunter evolution. Vines makes defending against big pushes easy mode. If opponents stack up a Goblin Giant or a Golem, you can hold them in place while your Valkyrie, Princess, and Dark Goblin shred them. And if opponents are using overpowered Vines, they don't want to be taking negative trades on wall breakers or even trades against Goblin Barrel. So Vines are best used in log bait decks and decks that have fast moving troops with low health points that have a lot of damage potential. Both the rank 1 and 2 player in the world are using this stack. It's time to hold our opponents in place while we make them hold L's and we assert dominance. And lots of Vines left. Everyone's using creator code SirTag to make the high fruit videos possible. So Vines has made this log bait deck the best deck in the game, and it's not even close. The fact that you're able to have such control of whatever your opponent spams into you is ridiculous. Also, Evolve Valkyrie is one of the biggest bailouts in the game, but it wasn't that strong in the last meta because Evolve Furnace was everywhere, and obviously if something's spawning fire spirits that jump on the Valkyrie is going to be practically useless. But because Furnace Evolution got a nerf, and then Valkyrie stayed strong, obviously it's going to find its footing in the meta, where it's going to be way more problematic for a majority of people. I'm going to get a Valkyrie down here just to body block in case he decides to drop a dragon or something, and he drops a Berserker instead. So we're going to go head over heels and maybe even go for Vines if we're feeling it. You know what? I'm going to do it just because I want to keep the Valkyrie healthy. And I think the Dark Goblin's going to get some damage on the tower because of that Vine. You might not think that that was a smart decision, but look at how many shots I got from the Dark Goblin for only 3 elixir. If you're spending 4 elixir with a fireball, you're not getting that amount of damage. So I like the fact that Vines is, first off overpowered, but it allows you to make creative plays with this deck that give you guaranteed damage where you typically wouldn't get that. And yeah, here's the Furnace. If you guys are unaware, it is so fun to use Cannoneer in a situation here where you are not going to be able to take any damage from the Fire Spirits if the Cannoneer targets the Fire Spirit and one-shots it. Also, he's going crazy with it. So I'm going to go for the Evolved Goblin Barrel. And one of the tricks to do is have the real Goblin Barrel go in the wrong side where they're not necessarily expecting it. And then you have the cloned up one, or like the fake one, having it tanked by something else. So if I have wall breakers or I have the Valkyrie, I'm always going to go for the lower health Goblin Barrel with that Valkyrie or that wall breakers if possible. So then I'm able to tank and get extra damage. And notice how he's done a lot of damage on the left side, or I guess he hasn't really done much. Maybe he hasn't even touched the tower. I don't know. But I feel like he's done similar damage on both sides. Maybe just a poison or something. And yeah, no, it's been poisoning. That's what he's been doing the entire time. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, I could have sworn I take a damage somehow. So we're going to go for a Goblin Barrel here off to the side. Maybe misses a Barb Barrel or something. I can't guarantee that, but it'd be kind of fun if that was the case. I'll just continuously go in for wall breakers on the other side because he's already spent elixir. And then I can go for a Goblin Gang a little bit lower so we don't take too much damage from the Spear Goblins. This is one of those situations that we know that we're playing against Graveyard. He just hasn't had the luxury of going in for the Graveyard. And it's interesting that this guy's playing so freaking defensive right now. So I'm going to continuously go Goblin Barrels to get to the evolution, ideally. And I think that's going to work out really well in our favor if I can get a Valkyrie down on the left side. And then I wonder if he just straight up loses the Furnace. Despite the Furnace being a strong card conceptually, it's not like the best here because we can go like this and then go Ice Spirit, force the Barb Barrel, and now he doesn't have Barb Barrel for the Evolved Goblin Barrel. So this is going to be insanely problematic for him. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in for the Wall Breakers to pull back the Berserker. Then we're going to go Goblin Barrel, and we're going to have a horrible spot for this homie that he does not have an ability to go and keep his Vines under control. We're getting a divine amount of damage there on the right side, and obviously he's going to all-in me again, so I'm ready for it. I just need to get a Valkyrie down and get ready for this Graveyard that is definitely going to come down in 2 seconds. I'm going to get a Goblin Gang here planted directly in front of the Skeletons. I'm going to go Dark Goblin geared up in a spot where it's able to snipe a lot of the Skellies as well. I'll go Ice Spirit so then the Fire Spirit hopefully doesn't hit us. Oh, it did. That kind of sucks. I mean, playing against Graveyard is definitely one of the more difficult matchups when you're, playing a log bait deck with Cannoneer. It's slightly problematic when your opponent is able to go and kill all your cards and you can't kill theirs, and your win condition is going to get onto the tower and theirs does as well, but your tower gets swarmed by skeletons and your Cannoneer just gives no damage. That is the one downside of this. I do think that we could probably outcycle him though, so we'll see how this goes. We go Dark Goblin geared on the left side, we're gonna go Goblin Gang, and then we're gonna throw down probably, honestly, a Vines here, because I think that that's gonna do really, really well into the Furnace. And if we can get some damage on the tower, it's like chipping away. It's basically arrows damage, so I quite vibe with it. Oh, what if I get a Valkyrie down and we body block wherever he drops the bridge? And if he tries to continuously go furnaces, we can just go for more Dark Goblins. This time we're going to go for the wall breakers here, and then we're going to go in for the real Goblin Barrel on the right and have the wall breakers tanked for the ones on the left. This probably wins us the game straight up because he's going to have to drop units, and we can vines it. Yo, that Knight's not hitting the Goblin. The Knight didn't hit the Goblin because of the vine. And the other cool thing is the tower wasn't able to hit the Goblin too. So if you bait out your opponent's spell, it's effectively like having a tank guaranteed cross the bridge because they're not able to lock onto the Goblins, and they're using units, and then they have to drop more than 3 units to counter the Goblin Barrel. Because the vines will hold in place and stun the 3 highest health things near their tower, including the tower. Even the Evolved Knight wasn't strong enough to counter a stupid Goblin Barrel that was sent in solo. So I have a confession with this deck. I was playing it earlier when I was testing it out and practicing a little bit before the vid, and unfortunately, one of the games I was playing, I dropped vines in the corner of the map and I still won. So you can use that and be down an entire elixir collector against someone that is, you know, running a golem deck and give them the King Tower activation like this and still be comfortably defensive with an Evolved Valkyrie and shut everything down with the vines. It's absolutely absurd how good this deck can be against beatdown decks. Hopefully we get to show you that in this game. I'm going to try to just defend minimally with an Ice Spirit here. And even if you go arrows, I think I'm good going for wall breakers to kite to the other side and then cycling a princess here. The main thing that I'd be scared about is someone somehow getting lucky enough to kill my princess, but that doesn't happen, so we're chilling. Princess staying alive means I can go Goblin Barrel with the Valkyrie, and then I still have the princess forcing out extra elixir. This is going to be the push that we like to see, baby. Oh my gosh, he activates King Tower, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the Valkyrie with vines? Is this? I mean, this is silly. This is silly. This is silly and scrumptious. I basically already won the game. I like that he says, well played. He's nice about it. There's no way that's real, though. He's as sarcastic as heck, right? I just clicked vines on his tower, and there was nothing he could do. It might be one of the silliest things ever. So I'm going to go for wall breakers because the skeletons are just going to dissipate, and I can cycle that on the left side. Oh, he's got elixir golem. He's going to all in me. All right, here's my favorite thing about Clash Royale right now. Is if you have Evolved Valkyrie, it cleans everything up. So this is going to be really tough for this man after he loses this push to ever want to play the game again. I'm going to go in for the Goblin Gang on the right side as early as possible. Even if you go in for the Electro Dragon Evolution, it's fine. I might go Ice Spirit, and then I'm going to click the vines, and then I'm also going to go in for the Valkyrie Evolution. I'm going to pull the Electro Dragon back. It dies to the princess, and we're still out here. He just activated King Tower because he wanted to leave. I told you guys, it's criminal. It's actually insane how dirty this deck is. The Elixir Golem players that you play against are going to rage quit because your deck is too toxic. They don't want to play against this thing. So if you play against Golem or Elixir Golem, Electro Giant, none of those players should ever beat you unless you absolutely try to lose or you're awful at the game. If you're awful at the game, you can improve and get better and then win the future matches, so it doesn't even feel that bad. There is so much room to grow with this deck if you are half decent and want to learn. If you use vines to pull down your opponent's air cards like Electro Dragon with Evolved Valkyrie, there's nothing that this deck can't defend. All right, Mr. Sand. Hopefully your Sands without graveyard. That's all we want to see. We want to see you just be running a deck that we love, either a beatdown deck with Golem or something of the sort, so we can go and pull it down and drag your dragons down to the depths of despair. One of the wall breakers connected, and then the other one was able to bait out an entire Barbaro. Oh no. Damn, dude. I thought you were going to go in for that a little bit later, so I dropped my Valkyrie, but he did an early tornado, knowing that I would probably protect my Dark Goblin. So this guy seems pretty smart. It's also definitely going to be something obnoxious, but I guess not that bad. We can go vines. Sick. And then we can Ice Spirit. So we have the double hold in place possibility, and that balloon does not get a hit. Beautiful. All right, so we know for a fact that this guy is going to have a baby dragon here. So let's just go Valkyrie early and maybe make him drop extra elixir. Oh, okay. Wait. If we protect the princess? Oh, we forced the tornado too, and the Goblin Gang's still alive. That was a beautiful sequence. Stopping the Ice Wizard and pouncing on the Barbarian Barrel that was bound to kill my princess. If you guys haven't done plays like that, it is probably one of the most fulfilling things in Clash Royale when the opponent feels like they can counter your stuff, and then they still spend like, I don't know, a solid entire half of their bank and they can't kill it. Like, bro, spend so much elixir to kill one card. Oh, okay. Yeah, Baby Dragon might be good in certain situations, but if we can just go Vines and then Ice Spirit, we should be okay here. I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world to take a couple hits from Mr. Speedy Balloon, sir, but Yeah, that was a little annoying that the lumberjack moved fast enough so then I wasn't able to hit my vines correctly, but it is what it is. It'd be that way sometimes. Oh, you know what we could do? Stacking up princesses in this type of matchup is definitely going to be the best bet. So I want to see if we can do that, ideally. I also need to defend against this big P.E.K.K.A push. That is probably the scariest thing. I'll cycle the Valkyrie early. We could pull things closer into us, which might suck. But I want to get as many Dark Goblins and Princesses on the map as possible. He's definitely going for a Baby Dragon, so I was kind of expecting some shenanigans here. So I want to protect that, go Goblin Gang, and then get a Valkyrie down. Because I'm pretty confident that we're going to defend the left side against the P.E.K.K.A, just using our Cannoneer since it is so broken. And if he tries to all-in me on the right side, we should get back to another Vines. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm also going to go Ice Spirit so we pull the Baby Dragon. Nice. All I got to do is defend the right lane. He might even P.E.K.K.A Balloon or some garbage stuff at the bridge. Yeah, so we're going to pull that back. Then we're going to go Princess. Notice how I pulled back the Lumberjack so we can prioritize targeting the Balloon first and foremost. Then I can go in for a Valkyrie here. So then his Baby Dragon targets that. And if he tornadoes, he's not able to kill it. So we played that pretty much perfectly at the end. And I guaranteed if I could keep the right tower alive, we would win 1-0. So that's all I had to do. I knew that he would try to get me to overcommit on the P.E.K.K.A in the left, but I didn't fall for that tactic. I gotta say my favorite play of the day was definitely keeping the princess alive. We gotta one-up it with a vine spell because that's the entire point of the video. Yo, Mr. Tyler. So we want to go in pile on the pressure against Mr. Ty. I want to go in for wall breakers because he's got Chef Tower. He's going to be running something toxic. You already know whenever we see those things, that is bound to be a pretty obnoxious deck. The princess on the other side, I did leak a little bit of elixir, unfortunately, but it's still fine. Fire Spirit dies, and then we'll go in for an Ice Spirit on the Furnace. I do think that I can get away with a Goblin Gang here, too, because the Furnace isn't going to spawn much stuff. I'm going to go Valkyrie, which might seem silly to y'all, but I think it's worth it, especially if we can continuously apply pressure. And even if you Vine Spell to kill my princess, I don't necessarily care that much. As long as we're able to get a Dark Goblin down to kill his princess and then go for an Ice Spirit on top of the Baby Dragon, it might not one-shot. Yeah, nah. Level 16 Baby Dragon doesn't one-shot Ice Spirit. That's under-leveled, so that's good. And get wall breakers in front of this to force a small spell. It seems slightly silly to do this, but I think the Dark Goblin is so overpowered that I want to force that extra elixir. Yeah, it's beautiful. And then I'm thinking that we just go for Princess again and probably take the damage from the Fire Spirit connecting. It's okay. It's not the end of the world or anything. It is annoying that it will travel that much faster and it'll definitely arrive on tower in situations that it typically wouldn't, but it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. He's going to get a couple hits with the Furnace and that's about it. So the Furnace evolution got nerfed substantially. It just doesn't plop out as many Fire Spears as it used to. All right, I'm going to go Goblin Barrel here, and then I can just get a Valkyrie directly on this. I don't want him to go for some shenanigans with a, I don't know, freaking Goblin Curse. If he does that and then he converts all the Goblins and I don't have a spell to clean it up, that's an instant way to lose. You have to be very safe with your Goblin Gangs in these types of matchups, so you can't really cycle that very frequently. I'm going to get Wall Breakers on the right side. Might go Goblin Gang on offense. Nah, he's got Prince. This is bad. This is potentially very bad. We know he's going to all-in me. I'm going to get ready with a Dark Goblin. Then I'm going to go Goblin Gang directly on the Prince and see if he wants to spell it, because we do have Valkyrie. We should be okay. Then I'm going to go Goblin Barrel here, and we have the Dark Goblin going to the left side with the fake Goblin Barrel. This will do a huge amount of damage if he leaves it alone. What is he doing? He's just letting the Goblins go. Goblins doing Goblin things out here. Hell yeah. All right, so if we split Wall Breakers, they'll take out both towers, the right side for sure. We'll see how this goes. I mean, this is a sequence where he just doesn't care. All right, all right. Evolve Valkyrie, Dark Goblin, and Vines. Let's see what you can do, baby. All right, we're going to try to go and hold and place the Prince as well and cycle multiple Valkyries. And I'm pretty sure that if I can drop a Princess here, don't think that we're losing this game. We'll see, though. I need to go and pull everything a little bit, and then I got to go Ice Spirit, and then go for another set of Vines, and then I got to go Goblin Gang on this as well. But if the Baby Dragon doesn't lock into my tower, we should be okay with a Valkyrie. No, 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 the Rocket Man! Stupid Rocket Man, don't do this to me. You don't deserve this. Don't do it, Rocket Man. Not like this, Rocket Man. I hate when that happens. I thought I had it. I mean, I'm still going to win probably, but it's not the way I wanted to win, you know. I guess we can win with Vines after all, so it's aight, but... Dude, I wanted a more dominant W. I wanted no towers gone, you know. That's how I like to play, baby. All right, maybe I lose. I don't know. I'm going to get a Goblin Gang down here, and I'm going to try to go Valk. Pull everything. It's kind of scuffed, actually. Bro's definitely making it more scuffed than it needs to be. He's making it way more scuffed than it needs to be. Prince on my tower, too. Damn, dude. All right, okay. Okay, all right, okay. All right. I see you today, buddy. Princess is going to put in work, but damn, this is annoying. Like, Vines on offense for everyone, I guess, is crazy work. Oh, you know what I can do? I can do this. Have the Valkyrie tank for the Goblin Barrel, and then wall breakers, and then just go Vines and probably win. There's no shot in heck that he's stopping this. Vines are going to hold. Oh, he's vining me as well. We're Vine on Vines action. Oh, he understands. Oh, chill. Wait, it's targeting my princess instead. Wait, we're chilling. We're chilling. Yo, there's no way. No, there is a way. He's going in again. What is happening? That was a painful game. That was scary. So this guy was really good. He had multiple ways of killing us, especially since he had Bar Barrel and Vines for double small spells, plus the Furnace, Baby Dragon, and Goblin Machine. There are a lot of answers to us. He also played phenomenally. He went in for big pushes, and I thought I had him on the ropes. Even without a building, I stand by that. I should have been able to defend the first push for a clean 1-0 victory. But I'll take it. We beat a good player that had a good matchup against us, so can't complain too much. Okay, last game of the day. Let's lock in. We're going to go in for a Goblin Gang here, which I kind of just like splitting because I don't really like playing against people that have Mother Witch or decide to log my entire gang. This time, I'm going to get a couple Spear Goblin hits, so, you know. Splitting it up seems worth it. I'm also leaking a little bit of elixir, which is awful. But if I Princess at the bridge, it makes it all worth it, right? We're going to get some damage. I can also go Dark Goblin on top of the minions, and we're not going to take anything from that, right? I believe we one-shot the minions, so we're chilling. I definitely want to go for a Valkyrie here, which is undeniably stupid. But I'm feeling it right now. If I keep the Princess or my Dark Goblin alive, more often than not, I'll get better trades. I'm going to Ice Spirit, and I'm going to try to Wall Breakers kite the rest of this stuff to the other side. So then the Dark Goblin and the Goblin Gang are not going to get killed by spells. He loses the rest of the mini P.E.K.K.A. I don't think the mini P.E.K.K.A. gets it. It might get a hit. It might get a hit. Stop, dude. Yes. Let's go. That was really lucky. All right. This is going to be diabolical, guys. For a second, just hear me out. I go Goblin Barrel. I Princess the bridge. He drops units and I Vines them. No, he dropped a snowball. Wait, that would have been sick if I Vines the tower because the snowball doesn't fully kill the Goblin Barrel. That would have been a big brain play too, because then we just get damage with the goblins. Any of these. Oh! The Dark Goblin's going to kill the Musketeer and lock onto the tower! It's crazy! Those type of interactions aren't supposed to happen in Clash. But if you think fast and think on your feet and are able to predict what your opponent's got, you're actually able to turn the entire tide of the battle and just get an absurd amount of damage that you shouldn't be getting. I think that the main thing is, with this deck, when you're getting a lot of damage, you need to cycle the Valkyrie to get to the Valkyrie evolution, or you just lose a lot of games. I think against better players, the higher level you are, you need to get to that Valkyrie evolution for the big bailout when you're down elixir. Because this thing is stupid. This is actually the best card in the game that isn't like, you know, Vines right now. Valkyrie evolution is just silly. All right, so we're going to go Vines, and he's going to obviously go click Giant Graveyard. Going to use the 2 brain cell strategy of spamming the Giant Graveyard into us. And it's about to do 10 million, so I probably lose my tower, but it's okay. Even if we lose the tower here, I'm still chilling hard. I don't like the fact that that ended up killing more, though. That was really tragic. I'm going to go Goblin Barrel, Wall Breakers directly into that. That's brutal. I mean, what if we just do this, though, and we keep the Valkyrie alive a little bit longer and force the snowball, and then somehow get more damage with the goblins? Let's go! Yo, if I win this, I'd be so stoked. I hate Giant Graveyard so much. It's so skillless. All right, we're going to go Wall Breakers here and then get a Goblin Gang, hopefully, to kill the rest of the stuff. Please just force him to spend extra elixir on my stuff. I don't think we're keeping this tower alive. There's no shot. If only, if only. It's fine, though. It's still calculated, guys. It's always calculated here. If we can get a Valkyrie to tank for the Bowler, then we Vines on top of his units, and we keep the Dark Goblin alive, we might just take his tower out. I'm pretty confident that we can just do the dirty work with Wall Breakers and Dark Goblin. Dark Goblin says 9, win, please. Come on. Oh my gosh, didn't do enough. But we just do this, though. And we go Goblin Barrel again. Oh, he's actually getting a little bit sinister with it. Wait. Does he just lose to the Goblin Barrel? No, he doesn't. That sucks. He's going to graveyard me in like -2 seconds. Or nah. Oh, no, he still did it. He actually just still sent it. He actually just... No, I clicked Vine instead of the Goblin at the bridge. No, I'm actually a seller. I'm the super seller here, guys. There's no way I just did that. I just want the game to go longer, guys. That's it. That's all I want. I just want the longest game against my favorite graveyard players. All right, we're going to send it, and we should win here. Now or never, baby. We got to Vines, and we got to have some divine plays with the Goblin Gang. Holy heck, that's sell and a half. I'm not used to green spells. All my spells are like red, like Fireball and Poison. It's just like... Genuinely the worst sell of my life, almost. And that would have been tragic. We took bridge spam to an entirely new level, Vinesing the bridge. Wasting our elixir and still winning showcases how this deck is beyond broken. Throw a like on the video if you enjoyed, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.